be using this to illustrate what we do typically here at ECIO to take a particular artifact, book, alike, and be able to start to build our knowledge base and allow the kind of traceability between how everything interrelates. We're going to try to keep this to 3 minutes. The last ones have been a little bit longer as we go through it. So, in effect, there's been some things kind of set up, but you'll be able to see, and a separate video on exactly how to create some of these areas will be talked about. But in this case, we'll start. We're going to do a. We're going to show you how we can tie in a. We're going to show you how to tie in a particular artifact. In fact, we're going to find one. This will talk a little bit about searching. So we're going to search one of our artifacts, a book that we've been working on, and this book is by Todd Esqua, and the book here is what we found has been pretty informative and has been rated high on the ECIO ranking. It's called the General Business Analyst Handbook. Here we're going to click on the database symbols, and that'll bring up some of the components of the book that is in fact loaded into our ECIO knowledge base. So when I click on that, I have my business analyst handbooks. We're going to look at, in fact, some of the deliverables within the book. In this case, we've got a couple entered in. Talks a little bit about initiation phase, meeting readiness is a questionnaire, questions for the interview, which is another questionnaire out there. And if we were to go into finding out a little bit more about this, and we'll be continue to update it, what we'll do is we'll go and double click on our meeting readiness checklist, and from there this is the kind of basic Tombstone data that's entered in. If we go to developing a report, I'll show you what we're kind of looking at. Seeing this is a checklist. We're going to go into our reporting on this, and it's a meeting readiness checklist. Click OK, and when it brings up the report, we can have a look at the report, and here are some of the items that are in that checklist. Is there a vision for the project, its sponsors, etc.? And so we can actually go through and see how the book illustrates some of these points, and then from here you can include them in your own projects. So if there were projects out there that you have been working on and you want to kind of update your database, you can include them in here. When you go into the relationships on the ones that you happen to be working with, if there were some instruments, and the difference between our artifacts and instruments. Artifacts are actually the compositions and the documents themselves within it. The instruments is really the foundation, kind of the layout, the style, a little bit about what actually composes that on it. So we know there's a number of types of tools and techniques that are encompassed in this book, communication diagram, 5 whys, verbs, etc. And again, we'll be augmenting this one. This is only to illustrate. How you would create it is you go into your a new instrument, and then it would be able to be pulled up into this and related to this particular artifact, which is called the Business Analyst Handbook. Then this one. Some of the other areas that you may want to look at, related entities. If we were working on different projects, then by tying in the books, we could kind of keep track of it. So there's that whole complete traceability depending upon where you're coming into. If you want to say, okay, how do I use certain components that are illustrated in the handbook? Is there projects that have used this? Then we could go to virtualization and desktop, and we could see how that project used some of the concepts. Or in fact, if we went to the project, we'd be able to see how in that project related back to the tools and techniques. So these are just there's a program related to it. If there were CCNs, the same thing would apply in it. If there were organizations that have used this technique, etc., we could go to that. The other thing we can do is go to various people who had experience in working with this particular artifact. So trainer, technical analyst, we got Scott, we got Daria, who's a subject matter expert. We have in through that one that you'll be able to go to. You can go inside or outside resources, etc. on that side of it. And I think that is it. Oh, there's one other section here. We have within, if we wanted to relay comments, then we could have comments from various people on what this book is about, etc. Those could be all recorded here, and then that way we can also have find some insights. And this could be for internal documents, this could be for external, wherever your process asset library is located within this one. And that concludes the overview on using artifacts or using your documentation for traceability throughout to build up your knowledge base. Hope you found this of interest. For more videos, please go to our ECIO website, solutions website, and you can find more topics that that may be of interest. I will thank you very much.